All right, welcome back to episode 10 of the Talking Picture podcast.
We've entered the double digits. Sorry, I interrupted.
We are in double digits now. So yeah, I'm Sankit. This is my friend Jack.
Yeah.
Check our letterbox up on the screen. And yeah, got some pretty decent stuff here. So we have the Punisher special, One Last Kill. We have The Boys and
Obsession.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll probably talk about it in that order. So yeah, getting straight into
We'll
it.
start with Punisher.
Yeah. So what do we think?
Spoiler free.
Yeah, spoiler free.
We both had the same rating. I think we both thought.
Yeah, we're landing on
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10, 3 stars.
So yeah, we found it solid. Although, as specials go, it's very unnecessary.
Yeah, I feel like all three of these have been very unnecessary. We have Wealth by Night, the Guardians Holiday Special, and now this.
I think the Guardians Holiday Special was kind of necessary because you find out that Mantis is Peter's brother or sister in that.
Yes, that is true.
So that one out of the
That's
three,
true.
that is like somewhat
forgot about that, you're right.
necessary.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Didn't we already know that? Mantis just didn't know it.
We didn't know. I don't think we knew that Mantis was actually one of Ego's children. We just knew that she worked for him.
I can't remember.
Doesn't
yeah.
matter.
All right, anyway.
We're not talking
yeah,
about
so as far as this goes, it's definitely not necessary. There's a lot that you would kind of expect to know, especially about like when this is set, which you just don't. It genuinely has like no connection to anything outside of it. And yeah, it's very action packed. The first 20 minutes are like less, and then the last 20 minutes, it's only 44 minutes of actual stuff. The last 20 minutes are straight action packed with some really great stuff.
I'd say there's only like 15 minutes. Like, I feel like
guys arguing over 5 minutes.
Nah, it's I feel like they don't really could have focused a bit more on the action. Like, there's only
I would say the last 15 minutes is straight action till the credits roll.
I'd say
there's one scene.
I'd say there's sort of like I'd say roughly 5-minute epilogue at the end.
I'd say like 2. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. There's a good amount of like other stuff with Frank, and then there's a good amount of action here too. And the action is fucking incredible. Nothing to complain about there. Great choreography. Great stuff. I think the main issue here is that we kind of are still, it feels way too familiar, especially in like Frank's like kind of mini like arc. It's very familiar. Like, you've seen this before for sure.
The one thing that annoys me a lot, and I know it annoys you, but I think it might annoy me more, is that we just have no idea when this takes place. We don't know if it's during Daredevil Born Again Season 2, or if it's during like after that, or if it's after Spider-Man. We have no idea. Which kind of is a bit annoying.
Yeah, for sure.
It'd just be nice to know where it sits on the timeline. So, yeah.
I agree. All right, so we're going to spoilers. There's not much else to really say, so we can just quickly talk about it. The thing that I was talking about it feeling too familiar, we're still going on about Frank like kind of having these like mental kind of episodes about Sarah and the 2 kids.
Yeah, and what he went through, like...
and what he went to, as a Marine and all. He's kind of still going through like mental things with that. Like, there's flashes of it, which is great, but it's just like we've seen this already, like a lot of times.
Yeah. We do see a brief cameo from Karen and Curtis.
Yeah,
but it's very
as visions.
brief.
Yeah,
it's like just
really
flash. It's like not even flashbacks. It's just like he's schizophrenic and he's just
they just show
briefly.
up. It feels like there isn't really like anything really done here with that new, like, there's nothing new done here. It's just like, it feels way too familiar, like stuff you've already seen before. And yeah, it's the same thing about like, we still haven't seen Frank really be the Punisher. I was saying this to Jack as we finish it, but there's so many instances where he's like kind of like in that origin story kind of mode, and then he finally gets to the Punisher being the Punisher at the end.
The costume and everything.
And we see this at the end of season 2, and then you get to Born Again, and again it's like he's not really the Punisher. He's like, oh, I don't really like know what I'm doing, whatever. And then, he's just sitting there.
And then in that apartment scene, he's back to being the Punisher.
Yeah, and then it looks like at the end of Born Again, he's kind of like, back to like going to there. And then again, we're going backwards where he's not. And then at the end of this, he's back to full on Punisher stuff. Like, I mean, come on, bro. But yeah, whatever.
I was going to say something and I forgot. I'm really annoyed. Just keep talking and I'll see if I can remember.
I don't even know what else to say. The action's good, like I said. I think it's great, really. What you'd expect from Daredevil, Punisher, all that. It's all here.
I genuinely can't remember what I was going to say. I'm really annoyed about that.
I think that's basically all I have to say.
Yeah.
The plot here is fine. It's just very self-contained. Has no effect, like we said, to anything.
Yeah, it's basically just Punisher kills this rich lady's family, and
she wants revenge, so she puts a bounty on him.
She puts a bounty on him, and everyone just tries to kill him.
It very much feels kind of like a John Wick thing with like the Punisher skin on it.
I was saying to Sankit, it's sort of like a COD Zombies for Frank Castle, which is basically what John Wick is. Yeah. It was just funny, but yeah, some really good action.
Yeah, very.
There was one really gory kill in particular that I loved, which was when he like killed this guy with an axe, and then like threw
drops another body.
Yeah, and then he just throws another guy's face onto the axe, and it was very brutal, which is really interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I really have to talk about.
So, all right, we'll move on to The Boys then.
Yeah. Moving on, we're gonna talk about The Boys season 5, episode 7. So
the penultimate episode.
What were your thoughts?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
For the most part, yeah, not too bad. I feel like as far as it goes for setting up a finale, I don't think I would really say it's amazing at it.
Yeah.
As an episode of the show, I think it's pretty solid. We're getting a lot of like kind of focus on Frenchie, and mostly those two, I would say.
Yeah, and then the Deep gets a bit of focus.
The Deep gets a bit of focus here too.
Homelander.
I really just feel like the thing that's annoying me is like I feel like some of those like plot lines will not be relevant at all in the finale, and so it feels like if this is the last time we're gonna focus on them, like why? For me, the main thing is with the Deep. Like I don't understand how that's gonna really factor into the finale. I mean, I could be wrong, but
I'll talk about an idea I have when we get to spoilers.
Yeah. Anyway, so spoiler free, it's fine. There's a lot of good stuff here. There's kind of some pretty funny moments in there.
Yeah.
Some solid action. Some interesting stuff with Homelander and with Soldier Boy. Some interesting stuff with Butcher and Huey.
Yeah.
And then finally a decent death at the end there too.
Yeah, I know.
And it's really all we can say that.
Can't
spoilers.
Really
it's a decent. I'd say like it's 7-ish out of 10.
Yeah, I would give it a 6. I think I'm a bit lower on it.
Yeah, it's all right. But yeah.
Yeah. We'll move on. This is a spoiler warning.
Yep.
So we get to see some interesting stuff. What should we start with?
So we just go in order. Or the order that I'm remembering at least. So, well, for one, we can talk about the whole Vought studio. All right, actually, we'll start with this. So again, we're seeing the Gen V characters here, mainly Marie and Jordan. They have literally no impact or like real like influence here at all, or screen time.
Probably about 30 seconds of screen time in 7 episodes.
It's actually insane. They have basically no, like just nothing here at all. But yeah, the episode opens like kind of within the first 5 minutes. We're seeing Starlight and MM, and we're seeing and we're seeing Butcher and Huey both infiltrate like different parts of kind of Vought Studios.
Yeah, basically like the equivalent of like the Warner Brothers lot.
Yeah,
or something
basically.
Like that.
Yeah. And they're trying to kind of mostly what we see is one, they're shooting like a bunch of commercials and stuff, but the other thing we see is they're bringing in like audiences to like kind of test screenings to see whether or not they really believe Homelander is God, and they do this through a bunch of like psychics and stuff, which is
we gotta talk about the video that they show him.
Insane.
It's literally like
Jesus
really
handing him a crown,
green screen, him recreating Gladiator, and then Jesus just comes in and says, "I want you to take over the reins."
Yeah,
and it was so funny. We couldn't stop laughing when they showed that.
Yeah, it was fucking. It's so funny, bro.
And then we get to see an interesting moment between the cat person.
Yeah, so we have She-Line and Doghound.
Yeah.
They're both it's interesting. Let's just say if you've seen it, then you know what we're talking about.
They basically just sniff each other's asses like dogs do. Which was fun.
Yeah. And then turns out that 6 out of 30 of the test screening people actually believe in Homelander. They're let go, and then the other ones are kind of brutally kind of massacred, and that's when we see Starlight and MM step in.
They basically save their lives. I don't think any actually. I think like one.
No, definitely like 2 or 3 are dead, bro, for sure.
Yeah, basically that. And then while this is happening, Butcher and Huey have been kidnapped by like a psychic.
Yeah.
And then we see the return of Joe Kessler.
Yeah.
Like through the form of the psychic.
Yeah.
He like reads Butcher's mind and then shapeshifts into him.
Yeah.
Which Sankit was happy about because you love.
Yeah, I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, you love JDM.
Yeah, you're not tough for saying that.
That was tough.
Yeah, it was good to see him again. Definitely love seeing him. Not going to complain about that.
And then in that scene, it basically just confirms like what we already knew. We already knew Butcher was a bad guy and that he had done bad stuff in the past.
It feels like there's no point to like.
Yeah, it was. There wasn't really anything.
There's really
even
nothing with Huey and
known
Butcher at all in this episode for an alternate. Like except nothing.
All they really do is talk about fucking Billy Joel. Yeah. Which kind of sucks.
So yeah, that's really all that's happened to them. They get captured and then eventually end up escaping.
And while this is happening, Frenchie and Kimiko and Sage are at the boys' compound, and we see Frenchie trying to like give Kimiko like sort of like this power Soldier Boy has, which was given to him by the Russians when he was like imprisoned, and it's just basically showing like giving. I've lost my words. Putting uranium like in front
radiation,
of her, and like radiation poisoning. And then we see that kind of not working, so Sage comes in and helps.
Takes over.
Then we don't know if it worked. I'm guessing it.
We're guessing it worked because like it's shown that it kind of works.
So basically, we're assuming she has the same powers as Soldier Boy.
Yeah, like the potential to kind of get the V out.
Yeah.
Which is obviously going to be a major thing for the finale. You can kind of see where this is going now.
And then a question I had like pretty instantly, like off topic here, is if that blast would work on Soldier Boy, considering he has the same ability and it doesn't fry him.
Yeah, he could be immune to it.
Yeah, we
I doubt we're going to find that out.
It would be like a natural immunity thing.
I reckon Soldier Boy's going to have nothing to do in the finale, really. Like very little.
Talking on that, he literally gets knocked unconscious by Homelander. So
he tries to kind of leave. He wants to leave, and Homelander won't let him go and kind of chokes him out.
Which in a really dumb way, by the way.
Yeah.
I would have liked if Soldier Boy put up a fight.
Yeah, Soldier Boy kind of just gets choked out, which is hilarious considering he's supposed to be good at, like, his main thing is hand-to-hand combat. But anyway, Homelander just stands there and beams people. Like, anyway, whatever. He gets put back into, like, cryo sleep in, like, that chamber, whatever you want to call it.
And who knows where that's going to go.
Yeah, and then we see the episode end with Homelander infiltrating the boys' compound. He finds their location through the psychics. He's looking for Sage. And Frenchie essentially, right after they've given Kimiko all the radiation to get her going, she's not in any shape to fight. And Frenchie gets Kimiko and Sage into a zinc kind of area because Homelander can't see through zinc. And then kind of tries to distract him and basically ends up kind of sacrificing himself to make sure that Sage and Kimiko can like stay hidden in Homelander.
So unfortunately, Frenchie does
die here at the end of it. It's where the scene ends. It is sad.
He was a pretty good character. I really
great character. Him. Been there since the start. Since his second episode,
Yeah, basically the one problem I have with that scene, there's a moment where like Homelander's about to find Sage and Kimiko. So Frenchie like taps like this metal beam like this. And then it literally cuts the soldier like Homelander right in front of him.
Which is fine because his abilities are supposed to be like that. The problem is how inconsistent it is. Like there are times when you said this as we watched it in episode 5 or 4, when they're shooting gunshots and you can't hear it. And then in even episode 6, they're literally right in a forest. Like if you can hear a little tap like that, you can hear them yelling or run. Like how can you not hear that?
Speaking of, they never address that. They just they don't like.
I guess just Homelander leaves after that.
Yeah, you would. I don't know. The only thing I can think of with that is like when he's getting V1, it's like overloading his senses, and he's just not in the state to hear them.
I guess that would be fair. I mean, it does kind of overload his like beams or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, my one problem with Frenchie's death is I said this to Jack as we were watching it. I think it's kind of ridiculous that they only have one slightly like this tiny little storage area made of zinc when they know that Homelander can't see through zinc, and there are like 6 members of the team or some shit.
You think they would try to like
make a few other spots?
Not even that. You think they would just try to like
make it bigger,
make everything in the whole like every wall zinc. Out of zinc.
You think like, I would at least expect them to have a few other hiding spots. Like it's just one tiny area, which I think is kind of ridiculous.
Which only fits 2 people.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's all I really have. Apart from that, I think that Frenchie's death is fine. I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with him sacrificing himself for Kimiko.
Same
I don't give a fuck about Sage. I just care about Kimiko.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I don't know about you, I've got some worries for the finale. I'm really
for
worried
sure.
because Ryan hasn't shown up since, I think, episode 3, which is
Yeah,
crazy.
kind of
Like,
insane. Yeah.
I thought he would play a much bigger role this season than just one episode.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do this. Like,
Mm.
if I'm being honest, I have no
I
idea.
feel like they've kind of shot themselves in the foot with all the filler they've done when they could have
Yeah,
progressed the story more and then sort of made a better ending. Because this is starting to feel a bit like Stranger Things with how many plot lines
there
are
are a
going to
lot
end
of things
up.
that need to wrap up.
Yeah, I feel like they're not going to be able to wrap everything up in
I feel
one
like
episode.
an issue is like obviously you want it to be like unpredictable, you want to be shocked, whatever. But when you're getting to like a penultimate and you finish it, it's like you want to have a very clear like I know what's gonna happen next. And here it's like there's nothing clear about this at all of where this is gonna go, except for like Kimiko's probably gonna fry the VO to Homelander. Apart from that, like I genuinely couldn't like guess any like I have no idea what the goal is. Even with like just character arcs, like I have no idea. Like, is Butcher gonna be good? Is he gonna be bad? Like, no one. There's no fucking idea what's going on here, bro.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm really disappointed about is Butcher because at the end of season 4,
He was
they make him
so
out to be
interesting.
they made him out to be like he was going to be an evil villain, but like this season he's just been basically the same as every other season.
I'm fine. No, I disagree with that. I think it's like I think he was way more interesting in the first 3 seasons because you see him like kind of like it's like he wants to do good, but he's like, oh, I feel like I have to push the line to get there. And that is when Butcher's the most interesting. And then season 4, he's kind of like that. I don't think he's too bad in season 4 for the bit of it because he's like trying to decide like oh, I'm gonna die. I need to fix all this stuff up before I die, right? Which is fine. That's like very interesting too. And then you get to the season 4 finale where what you just said, he's just turned into like this villain with like no emotions, nothing, which is like not how's that interesting to watch compared to like before when he's like kind of threading the line, like trying to be good but bad. Like he's like an anti-hero, which is way more interesting than like straight up like I'm bad.
Yeah,
And then you get to season 5, and here it's just kind of like inconsistent as fuck, where it's like some episodes he's good, and then some episodes
that's
he's
what
bad.
I'm not liking. I wish they kind
Which
of
is
just
like
stuck to one thing.
yeah.
And I just feel like if they decide to make him good, then it's just completely like
I feel like either way they go now, it won't feel earned because they've been switching too much. Where it's like
yeah.
you have no idea where like that story is like trying to go.
Yeah,
That's
it just
would be
feels
my
like
thing.
they've sort of retconned the ending of season 4 a bit, in my opinion. But who knows? Maybe I'll
Yeah.
change my mind by the end of the next episode.
Alright, that's basically all I have to say. If there's anything else you
Yeah,
have to add,
not really. That's pretty much it.
we'll move on to the final part of the episode. Right, so moving on to the final part of this episode, we're going to be talking about Obsession, which we just got back from seeing like 20, 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, about that.
And yeah, so going straight to we'll start with the non-spoiler stuff, obviously. Yeah, what do you think?
Incredible.
Yeah, I thought it was fucking incredible.
Really good. It lives up to the hype. I think it exceeds it, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's very, very good.
Yeah, I'm thinking of either an 8 or a 9 out of 10, but I'm leaning towards a 9
I'm leaning towards a 9, I think.
Really great. One of the best movies of the year, I reckon.
Yeah, I think it will be in one of my favorites by the end. So yeah, here we see basically a guy, Baron, is kind of really likes this girl Nikki, and he wants to kind of get her to feel the same way, and in doing so,
shy himself.
Buys something called a One Wish Willow from a store,
which we actually have right here.
Yeah, which we actually have right here. We were given to it as we're entering a theater. We'll open at the end of this, but yeah. He basically snaps it, wishes for her to love him more than anyone else, is the exact phrase.
Actually, it was more than anyone in the whole world. Get it right. You said the exact phrase. You got to be specific.
And then really bad things happen after that. Yeah, I feel like you can kind of guess the direction it would go.
It gets very far. I liked a lot is most horror movies take a fair bit to get going. But this movie was pretty quick, within like 20 minutes.
Yeah, you're straight into it. It's only an hour and 38.
I think so.
Yeah. So yeah, but what you said is great. Within 20 minutes, you're straight. Like it's starting already. You're going right into it. There's really only like 2 scenes before like. Yeah.
There's only I'd say there's a bit more than 2, but it's like it's very like quick, and I like that because sometimes I feel like a lot of horror movies can have some pacing issues.
Yeah, especially if you have a 90-minute horror, you need to like
when you spend the first 40 minutes of a 90-minute movie like building it up, it sort of feels a bit slower.
So yeah, I would like to say, in case you guys don't know, this is another horror movie made by a YouTuber or a sketch artist, really. And yeah, it's fucking great. That's 3 for 3
as well.
Yeah, comedian. I just don't know how, but
they keep making bangers.
they keep making
Talk
bangers.
to Me, Bring Her Back, and now Obsession. And
yeah,
they're all just
and I guess Iron Lung kind of counts too, but yeah.
Would it?
Iron Lung, that's not really a comedian, obviously.
Yeah, he's just more of like a gamer.
But yeah, so it's incredibly well shot. The girl who plays Nikki, I forgot her name.
Holy shit.
Is unbelievable in this. I'll get the
Oscar worthy.
Yeah, very good stuff. So I've only seen her in, I haven't seen the whole show, but I've seen parts of Superman and Lois, which is like I don't even know how to pronounce her name, bro. I'm not even gonna try.
Let me see.
But she's really great in this. She's fine in that show.
Indy Neverett.
Never mind. There we go. My bad, bro. Jeez, the disrespect today. But yeah, she is incredible in this. Like really knocks out of the park. When it comes to like facial expressions and body language,
and, like,
holy
her mannerisms,
fuck. Yeah.
Her tone, her line delivery is great.
It's like it's eerie. Even when she's saying normal shit, it's eerie. It's really cute. She's great in this.
But she does a good job because before she like gets like put under the
within the first 20 minutes, yeah.
Before that, she's like a completely different character.
It's great. Like she is incredible, yeah.
Such a great performance. I don't know how to like put it into words.
Yeah, it's just something you have to see, really.
Yeah.
So like I said, very well shot. Incredible use of like framing and stuff. Very good. Like the aspect ratio is also
pretty small.
Yeah, smaller. So it's kind of like when you're looking for things in the background, you're not going to miss it. Like you're always seeing things in the background because the aspect ratio is made for that.
That does happen a lot in this
movie. It does.
There's a lot of scenes where you are looking in the background.
Yeah, and you're not going to miss anything. You don't have to worry about, did I miss something? Like you definitely didn't. And yeah, they're incredible. Even like lighting wise, like using the dark and stuff like that, there are some great stuff. There are shots of her like standing in silhouette, like as a silhouette, and it's terrifying. But yeah.
Get into spoilers?
I'm trying to think of anything else to say. I feel like there's not much to say without spoiling it. It's just something you kind of have to go out and see. There's a lot of really fucking scary and gory moments in here, which are great. The ending is like not something I see anyone really predicting.
It does a good job, kind of surprising you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And yeah, I reckon you're right. Let's go straight into spoilers. So yeah.
Do you want to talk?
I'll go. So yeah, like you said, we see here, Baron is trying to get Nikki to kind of love him more than anyone else in the world, my bad. And does so with these. And then, so we kind of can slowly see that Nikki, not slowly actually, instantly see Nikki change straight away. And you can tell that like it's worked and it slowly does an excellent job at like building it up where it's like, kind of like you can see like, something's kind of wrong, and then within like 10 minutes, because this is fast moving, it's like getting fucked, and you can see that like shit, like this is like going crazy.
And an interesting part of it is that there are moments where like the spell sort of breaks and the real Nikki like
comes out,
And the one that I loved the most was at the like start, like they were making out, and then out of nowhere she just starts screaming and like jumps away from him.
Yeah.
And which obviously would freak him and like him out.
Yeah, she's like, what the hell's going on? Like, what am I doing here? And then before she can really like say anything, the other Nikki comes back. And because of the incredible fucking performance here, you can see that switch like so well, where she just kind of goes straight back into like I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna do an impression of her, but I'm not gonna do that. Never mind. She just gets very like lovey. She gets like, very don't ever do that again. Yeah, and we kind of do know how this works through a really subtle thing. So towards the second half, I'd say like approaching the end of the second act-ish, Baron actually calls the number. I wonder if it's on here. Yeah, I was about to say that.
It's actually not on here.
It's not on here. There's a number on the box which he calls. It's not on here. To kind of ask about it, and he asks like how to cancel the wish, all this stuff, reverse it, and it turns out the only way to really get rid of this is for him to die. So when he dies, the wish kind of expires if the person who wishes it dies. I do wonder how that would work for some other stuff, because with later on in the movie, his friend who doesn't believe him says as a joke, "I wish for $1 billion," and he snaps it, and he has $1 billion. So I wonder if he'd die, like what would happen.
I wonder to me, what if you like wished for like world hunger to just not exist?
There's a lot of questions about. There's a lot of questions about like how that would really work.
Yeah,
which is really interesting.
But I kind of like that we don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, so what I was saying is he calls this person up, and they explain, he used to die, whatever, and the call kind of like again builds up tension, so like gets like more and more eerie. And then at one point he's like, "Do you want to talk to Nikki?" And Baron's like, "What are you talking about?" And he basically connects the real Nikki through like this phone call, and you just hear her screaming like she's being like tortured or some shit. I got the impression like she's in hell or some shit.
Yeah.
Is the impression I was getting. So the way it works is basically when he asked for her to like love him, it kind of took the real Nikki out and chucked her in this like other kind of dimension, whatever you want to call it.
We don't find out.
And then this fake Nikki kind of possesses that body. And then that's what Jack was talking about earlier, where she kind of, there's these moments where like the other Nikki, the fake Nikki, falls asleep, and then the real one comes back to life. And there are instances where she'll come back and she's basically begging Baron to just kill her because she just doesn't want to live anymore.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucked.
And then there's some really scary moments.
Yeah.
The one that stood out to me, there's a scene where like, I think his nickname was like the Bear or something.
Who are you talking about?
The main character. Like people were calling him like Bear.
I think they were calling him Barrow.
It doesn't matter. His name's Baron.
Anyway, yeah.
He wakes up in like the middle of the night and she's not in bed. And then the camera like pans across the room and you just see her in the corner. You can barely see her. It's terrifying. And then she just like starts screaming and like acts really like possessed.
Yeah.
It's really creepy. I don't know how anyone could sleep through that. And yeah.
She's bad, so it's okay. But anyway, it was worth it. Anyway, so we see a lot of like really insane shit like that. That kind of idea there I think is so interesting, of like her being there but not being there. I think is really interesting. And yeah, so she even actually tries to kill herself like twice. Once really. And there's the other moment where she hits herself, but I feel like that was just Nikki trying to get Baron to like care about it. I'm talking about the one where she does it in the house towards the end.
Oh yeah.
But I think that's more of like she wants Baron to like take care of her, so she's like hitting herself. Anyway, yeah, so there's this moment where they're at a party. I forgot the guy's name.
Jed or something?
I have no idea. It's one of their work friends, they're all friends. Party, and they go there, and Nikki basically the other real Nikki comes up for a second and she instantly smashes the ball and tries to kill herself and really badly injures herself. It's not even that bad really, but badly injures herself, but doesn't really die from it, obviously. And yeah, so the movie kind of towards the end, Baron is kind of hit with this dilemma of like, this is my fault, like what do I do, like I need to fix this. And so there are moments where he's kind of trying to like kill himself, like end his life, and kind of can't bring himself to. All right, so we're trying this again. We're halfway through filming this like segment, whatever, for Obsession, and then the thing kind of ran out of storage, so we're kind of redoing this. If we repeat some stuff a little bit, that's probably why. But anyway, moving on to the next thing, I'll talk about. So there's a character, Sarah. We find out pretty early on has some kind of interest in Baron, like she likes him. We find this out like pretty early on in the movie, like second scene, some shit. And Nikki knows this too. And she actually, towards the end of the movie, Sarah kind of makes this urgent thing like, "Oh, I need to see you," whatever. And Baron sneaks out of bed to go and see her
in a creepy ass scene.
Scene in a car in the fucking in this foggy ass.
I was talking about the sneaking out of bed.
Oh, that was creepy as shit too. Yeah.
Because in that scene, as he's like walking out the door, the real Nikki is basically begging him to kill her,
and he can't do it.
And then he just walks out. It was really creepy.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to that car scene.
Yeah, so they sit in the car, they're talking about other stuff. Sarah tells Baron how she feels about him, and basically as soon as she does that, which you could see this coming, but you just wouldn't expect it still.
It still scared us.
Nikki smashes through the window of the car on Sarah's side, puts a brick right in front of the steering wheel, and starts bashing her head into it. And by the end of it, her eyes popping out. It is fucked.
Her face is completely gone.
Fucked up,
we should recreate that, and I'll do that to you. Yeah, basically, and then we see them. Then we see Nikki basically, getting Baron to help hide the body and that, which ends up at Baron's house, like completely mutilated and like naked for some reason.
Yeah. So the way it ends is Baron gets a bunch of wishes, and his plan is to get someone else to make a wish wishing that he never made a wish in the first place.
Yeah.
Because you only get one wish per person. It's a one wish willow. Just he found it funny. It's all right. Anyway, basically, he tries to kind of chug a bunch of pills and kill himself. Because the only way to get Nikki out is for him to kill himself.
Yeah.
And in kind of doing that, as he's doing that,
he has like self-regret.
Yeah, he kind of regrets it. He even tries to puke himself. But as he's doing that, Nikki grabs one of the one wish willows, because obviously Nikki hasn't made one, and she snaps it. And we don't hear the wish, but it's obvious that it's probably something along the lines of, I want Baron to love me as much as I love him. And then he kind of instantly switches to that mode too, and kind of stops gagging himself because he's kind of switched.
Yeah.
And he goes to Nikki, and they're like, it's really interesting power couple of the century there.
Really romantic.
They're both, there's like blood everywhere. There's Sarah's bodies in the house.
Yeah, and they're just
making out. And then Baron starts to like choke and like foaming at the mouth.
Overdose, basically.
Overdosing.
Yeah.
And Nikki realizes that Baron is dying, and she grabs a gun and is about to kill herself because she doesn't want to live in a world without Baron, I guess. And just as she's about to do that, Baron dies just before, and the real Nikki comes and instantly chucks her gun away, like, yeah, and then starts crying her eyes out because look at the shit going on.
So traumatic. Imagine that. Like
they do make it pretty clear that it's not like she's in the backseat. Like she is completely gone. She has no idea what's going on.
In the scenes where she like regains control, she's like really confused where she is and what's going on. So it's not like she's unaware of what's happened.
Absolutely no idea.
So we both said she's kind of fucked, like law enforcement wise.
Yeah,
like,
she's
if
fucked.
she calls the cops, there's 3 bodies in that house, and she's the prime suspect.
Yeah, because their best friend is also killed. And shot.
Yeah, the possessed
one of the other friends
shoots him in the head.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Yeah, that's basically it, I think.
And then we were gonna.
Oh yeah, so another thing, we're trying to remember what we spoke about before the fucking footage cut.
Horror moments.
Yeah, there are some great horror moments here. We might accidentally be re-saying a few of them, but just to go on, there are so many moments where she's kind of in the background, or like her mannerisms or movement is going on, which is really freaky.
Terrifying. There's like a couple things where she's like walking backwards, but it's like inhumanly fast, and that terrifies me because it's like 1.5 times what a normal person should be doing, like as they walk backwards. So it's not like ridiculously fast, but there's enough where you can realize like that's not right. Like no one should be able to move backwards that quickly.
Yeah, for sure. It's creepy as fuck.
Yeah. And there's a scene of her watching Baron sleep.
Yeah,
and that
really
was just horrifying because he wakes up to an empty bed at like 3 a.m. And then like the camera pans across the room, and you just see her in the corner in the shadows. Yeah,
this is what I was talking about earlier too, about the aspect ratio. Like you can, when something's in the background, you're not missing it. Like it's very clearly there, but it's not like clear enough where it's like, yeah, it's kind of perfect. Every single time something's in the background, it's kind of perfectly done in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah, and you can just see her, and it is creepy as fuck. Like genuinely creepy.
There's a lot of like creepy moments.
Yeah, we're not gonna be able to list them all, but there are a lot of fucking really creepy moments.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for horror. And
and then one more thing I wanted to talk about, which we spoke about before, was the comedic timing here is incredible. So it's made by someone who's obviously done a lot of comedy stuff. The comedic timing is great, largely because of the actress who plays Nikki. She does such a good job at kind of switching that it kind of comes across as funny, but also like I was saying this before, the movie does such a good job at switching between like a comedic tone and a scary tone that they're able to do it mid-scene.
Yeah,
like
it blends the comedy and horror perfectly.
She'll do something, it's like, oh, it's kind of funny, but then straight away it's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
It's so good. So the comedic timing is great. Largely, I think that's her. It's just doing such a good job.
It would have been a bit more corny and like not
I
as
said
like
this
funny.
Before. I said this before. I could see this movie totally coming across in another world, coming across as like, oh, this is stupid, it's just funny. But like here it's like, and I think this is largely props to her, is like she is so good in this that it genuinely is creepy as fuck.
She enhances this movie so much.
Yeah, for sure.
It's really impressive. Like it's just incredible. That's the only word I can really say.
Yeah.
And before we finish, we'll quickly just show you what
we got. We opened these before, and obviously the fucking thing cut.
We didn't realize till after.
Oh yeah, so you can open yours because I snapped mine way too many times. But
I snapped mine in half as well, but mine's in better condition.
I did mine in 6.
So basically, I don't know how well.
So yeah, it goes like that. You say your wish, and then you just snap it.
Yeah,
that's how it works.
When I snapped it, I wished, as this podcast is successful.
So hopefully that wish comes true. I didn't even wish for anything because I genuinely when I saw it, I was like, oh, I don't think this would snap. So I just tried to snap it.
Yeah.
I'll check a picture of what it looks like in the movie because it looks a little different here.
This looks quite different.
It's clearly like a cheaper kind of thing.
This is very clearly 3D printed. Like you can see all the tiny layers.
Yeah.
So obviously weren't expecting like a 1-to-1 copy.
Of course, but yeah, I'll check it up on the screen so you can see. It's more of like a wood type of thing.
Yeah, in the movie. This is just 3D printed. You can tell. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
One more thing I just thought about, which we didn't even say before, that I'd like to talk about. My only thing kind of bringing this movie down a little bit is I think there are a lot of like kind of too many questions about like how this would work in terms of like the world, because at one point in the movie we see him start to kind of suspect like the One Wish Willow's done this, and he's going and googling about it, and he kind of gets to like a
thread it.
Yeah, is that what it was called? I don't
it's called thread it.
That's correct. He gets like this thread page, and it's like a bunch of people talking about. The question was, does a One Wish Willow really work? And a bunch of people saying, yeah, it does these miraculous things. A bunch of people are saying no, like no, it doesn't work. So, one, I guess my question is, why does it work for some people and not others? Because we see it work twice here, 3 times actually here. One with Baron, one with his mate who wishes for $1 billion as a joke and does it, and money literally starts pouring into his house. And then the third time, obviously, with Nikki doing it to Baron. So why does it not work for others? And the other question would be, we find out that this has been a thing since the 80s. Why is this not like an insanely popular thing? Because, I mean...
There wouldn't be too many of them. I get what you're saying. But like, it was like a collector's... People were saying it was a collector's item, so there's probably not many of them.
There were a lot in that store itself, bro.
There was like 5.
Bro, actually not right. I feel like I find that kind of hard to believe that even if there was like 2 or 3 that had ever been like done, one of the first wishes ever is going to be something money related or some, like, I just find it hard to believe that like this has never been like it's no one's asked for like $1 million and it's happened, and that would have been all over the news and shit and stuff like that. So yeah, but I mean, I don't know, I feel like that stuff kind of like is going from being nitpicky to like genuinely something I was thinking about when I was leaving. For me, it's like a bit too much of like a thing to kind of just ignore. Fair enough. But yeah, apart from that, I think this is like genuinely probably perfect.
For the most part, with the unanswered questions, I think that like sometimes a movie's better off with unanswered questions.
I agree with that, because I don't really think how you could even answer those questions. I reckon that's probably why they didn't.
So I think obviously it would be nice to get some answers, but we probably wouldn't be satisfied with them. So I'd rather just not have an answer in general. So that's my thought.
That's fair. That's basically it.
Yeah, I don't think.
Alright, so it's gonna be it for episode 10. Check the letterbox up on the screen. Make sure to follow the TikTok, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the episode.
Yeah, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.